Hello everybody, welcome to the live stream. Today I'm going to attempt to work on this retro overhead van console. It looks like it's a DIY made. It's vintage because it actually has a cassette player in it, an antique equalizer, CB radio, and look at these old switch panel. I haven't seen them in a long time. So anyway, let me get you up on the stand. I'll get a few tools and we will get some power supply and see what we can do. Hello, Joe Bird. Welcome, buddy. How are you today? Let me get you all on the stand here. Get you turned around. Hello, Lars. How are you? I don't know if you guys can see that. Let me go down a little bit. See if that's any better. Been trying to do some video editing, and my editing program messed up. I lost everything for the longest time. I spent the last day and a half trying to recover it. So hopefully, I did lose all the editing on the one video that I was working on, which is not a big deal, other than it waits about 3 or 4 hours. And figure out what I'm doing here. But anyway, I'll start from scratch. I didn't lose any footage. That's the main thing. I do know I had a battery pack around here some kind of point in time. And it's pretty good size. Not sure where it ran off to. Huh. All right. Push come to shove, if I can't find it, I got a 12-volt battery. Jumper leads. We'll correct that problem. We got the Mustang here. We'll just take these jumper leads and hook to the battery on it. bought this retractable thing from Harbor Freight. We can see what kind of mess it's in. So much for retracting. If you think I'm unorganized, the answer is yes. Kind of running behind getting on online. I guess I wasn't 100% prepared. All right. Let's see if we got power. You guys in here a little bit better. No, I don't have an antenna yet. I'm going to make sure these things just fire up. I mean, whoever did this did a pretty good job. They even put a fuse box in it. Probably would have went to a lot more extreme than I would have, but I mean, there's wires that are just, when they took it out quick. Quick and dirty. I've got to find the main power wire coming in. Fuse box. There's a heavy lead there. I'm going to guess that it was the main toggle switch to it. So, we shall see. We won't need that. Yeah. Well, that's what's left of the CB antenna. And there's one on the van. But I don't even know, they just probably cut off it too, so. But had nothing to do with that. Let's see if we're getting power from the battery. We are. 12 volts. Let's see what happens here. I hate these covers on these things. I know they're there for a purpose. Yeah, there's some stiff wire there they got on that. All right, let's see if we're getting some power to that. Yep, the main toggle actually works. So. Hey, Bigfoot. Lurking in the background. That's all good, man. Yo, what's up, dude? Can't say your name. I got the camera turned down here so far. Rajna? What are we working on? We are trying to work on, let me give you a little look-see here. To disconnect you. This is a console, overhead console, that came out of a van, a Chevy van actually. A lot of retro equipment in it. Got the old cassette player, old equalizer, pretty antique CB, and switches from the Stone Age. I bought this when I bought a set of seats to go in the van, and I thought it would be a good fit for the van. But anyway, yeah, it's possible, JB. I might fry something, but I think I give 15 bucks for it, so it's all good. John Deere, Dennis. So anyway, let me get you back plugged in because the phone doesn't have much juice in it. You don't want to see the ceiling. Hey, John Deere, look. John Deere. You have a cassette in your Opal? Hey, I could use a cassette tape to see if it works. I probably got one somewhere, but I'm gonna have to do some serious digging for a cassette tape. Hell, I could probably find a 8-track tape before I could find a cassette. So some of this stuff may have to come loose. There is a mess. See if we've got fuse all going, power going to these few fuses. That one does. In and out. In, out. Up. There it goes. If you guys can see it. Got to see where you can see. I'm going to say these fuses have been in for a minute or two. Well, it appears that we have a good functioning fuse box with all good fuses. Now, let's see what kind of mess we got coming out of it. I'm telling you, this wiring is a nightmare. I'd probably be better off taking it all out. I think I'd be better off starting from scratch. And this switch right here goes absolutely nowhere. We'll get them wires out of the way. Nobody lights. Probably not this lawnmower, John Deere. It kind of the wheels are kind of like that on it. I gotta mess with the tie rods. I know what happened to it, but okay, this goes, and goes, and goes. That must be it's got a resistor in there. And that goes to a switch over here that's fused. And then it comes out of that and goes into the back of the CB. Y'all's guess is as good as mine. Well, that's a hell of a connection. All right, guys. I'd say we got a little too much juice there, so. I didn't do anything to it because I haven't hooked this up to electricity yet, so. I'm going for the CB first. Like it did probably have an external PA. Everything is so tangled up. Well, let's see if it's still even getting juice to it. Got my meter. And there, even with the bad connection, it's still getting juice. So far, so good. So at least I know what one switch goes to. And that goes to the CB, so. Let's see what happens. Well, it came out. I know it's got to go back in. All right, let me go get a couple pliers, a little bit of tape. Hello, Annie. How are you? Patrick, welcome. Yes, it's an overhead console. Goes in a van, full-size van. Catch everybody up. What's everybody doing today? Hopefully you're being a little more constructive than I am. I've got this camera set at quite an angle, so that's why I'm looking at you. They're all funky. I don't know why they put the quick connect on the CB. I mean, it ain't like they're going to quick connect and remove it. We've got some melted wires on here. Personally, I think I'm going to snip it. We got more than enough. And we're going to wire around that. It's got a fuse in it already, as you can see. Not sure if the fuse is any good, but we'll find out here in just a second. We will. All right. Change up power leads to where I can go directly to it to make sure the component's working first. Hey, looky there. You guys can see that. Look at that. Get you figured out here. We have power to it. Squelch. Let's see if we can get a speaker to it. See if we can get some static out of it. Go around here and see if that's a PA or an external speaker. Or one and the same. And that's a good question. That's a very good question. Get a few more tools. I'm just taking a look at it. Lights up. Well, there's only two places for a speaker to work. So. A speaker is a speaker. Got the mic, volume maxed out, so let's see. Right way and the wrong way. I think we're going to have a winner on the CB. That's the PA. So I'm going to call that one a success for now. We'll get the rest of it figured out here in a little while. All right, one down. Basically, all I'm doing is trying to find out if this stuff works. If it works, then I will come back and rewire it. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stomach the control panel, so. Yeah, no kidding. Now I can do that 10-4 good buddy. Call that rubbered up. All right. Let's see. I'm going to say they pretty much just cut all the wiring on the stereo. I don't see anything hooked up to anything. There is some writing on the box. Light's not the best. I have high hopes that this will work. Well, they're numbered. All right, guys, it's been a long time since I wired it, especially an old stereo. You usually have a red and a black, and I think an orange. I think the red's for 12 volt, our ignition. Black is ground. Orange is usually memory. The green and gray are usually a speaker, and the brown and yellow is a speaker, and I think the blue is an amplifier. But I could be wrong. Looks like they had the equalizer. It was never hooked up. Put in but never hooked up. So I have the wires all twisted. I don't know if I've ever owned an equalizer. Probably wouldn't know how to operate it. No. I don't, well, I guess it could be a double din. Ford. Says Delco on it. So my guess, Delco, I'm going to say it's a GM of some sort. So. But I could be wrong. Everybody is probably bored to tears, John Deere. All right, so we're gonna go, and you know what? If she don't work, she don't work. So power. We're gonna think that this kind of pinkish wire is power, but it doesn't appear to be. Sure, we shall have power to the. Ah, you thought I was going to do it backwards, didn't you? We still have some juice. Maybe the red's actual memory. I don't know. Any help, guys? Any help? I can't see you. One of them two surely is the power. We may have to do a little Googling here. Like I say, it's got all these numbers on it, but I don't see any numbers on the. It'll be easier if it's out. Let's see if we can get it out. It's coming. It's coming very fast. Sure, it's caught on the material. It's coming. It definitely wouldn't have fell out, that's for sure. They put it in there well. I'm not worried about the material because I'm going to recover it. I'm thinking about doing a combination of vinyl and aluminum diamond tread. I've got a big old plate of diamond tread that's brand new that I haven't used, so kind of want to change it to a little bit of an industrial look. Man, is that thing tight in there. It's not bolted in. I looked at that beforehand. So. I think we might get a Because I believe that's what we're binding up on. I do. And like I say, I'm going to recover it, so it really doesn't matter. Right. No wonder it wasn't coming out. All kind of material wedged in there. But if I get this other side done, she'll come out. Finesse is not my style. My bad. Because it did have a bolt in it. Ha. What a dumbass. Why didn't you guys tell me there was a nut on the back side of that thing? You're supposed to be helping me. I got a feeling it's going to come right out now. Look at that. All right. Get it out here where we can work on it. Maybe we can figure it out. Not gonna make any promises. Put that nut back on because I'll never find another one. Like somebody with fried hair. I really don't know why I'm working on it, to be honest with you, because, hello, Steve, how are you? A little late, JB, a little late, brother. Don Hartwell, hello, yellow, constant, 12 volt. Red is for display. Okay. Which yellow? I'm going to say that yellow, because they've got a orange, pink, or red. I'm going to say it's pink. Then you have a yellow, a blue, and a black. I'm gonna separate or tape these up so they're kind of a little more organized. Like I say, it's been many years since I've put an aftermarket radio in anything. Trying to think back when it was. I know the first one I did was in my 1975 Firebird. And I put, at that time, I put a top of the line 8-track tape player in it took the backs, they had hard plastic backs on the seat, and I took them out and recessed some Pioneer speakers in it. Worked out pretty good. But I had it pretty pimped out. It was the typical General Motors, and the headliner, naturally, it was drooping. So I took it all out, and I thought it was a burgundy car. So I thought, well, I'm going to pimp it out and put some crushed velvet headliner in it. And I thought, all right. So orange for black light. Okay. Okay, Joe, what's your question, buddy? Pink power antenna. Okay. Pink power antenna. I don't have to worry about that. That will not be used. Well, let's put this one out of the way. Pink will not be used if that's a power antenna. We'll just eliminate that from the process. I knew I have you guys here for something to help me out. Like I said, I have no idea. This van, I think that this come out of was in the 80s, so I'm not sure when it was installed. So. Orange for black light and yellow constant 12 volt. Okay. Now that's a solid black, so. I'm gonna go solid black. I'm gonna go grab a fuse holder. I don't really want to fry this thing, just in case it does work. I'll kick myself in the butt if it does. I thought I had some fuse holders. Bought a box of them a long time ago, so. Why this is not scrolling. One clip should be all power for the radio. The rest should be speakers, yep. Well, I'd like to check ohms. This thing's supposed to be automatic. We're not getting nothing nowhere. I don't think we really even need a 7.5 in it, but that's what we're going to put in it because that's the smallest I got. It is, it is. Chinese stuff. That's not working very well. Top of lid should have a plug diagram. Okay. It does have some numbers on it. Really not a diagram, but it does have some numbers on it. If I can get the plug off, and maybe we can see if there's numbers listed on it somewhere. I'm not going to hold my breath. Trying to keep it where you guys can see and I can see, but yeah, didn't work. There we go. What an ordeal. That thing's just hanging on there by a thread. Let's see what she says here. Yeah, I've got the where things go. But I'm sure back in the day there was a diagram for it, because I don't see any numbers in it or on it, and there's no color code to the wire. It just says where they go. I might have to do a little looking online, see if I can't figure out what this actual radio is. See if I can't find the diagram. I know it's not rocket science, but if you haven't done it in a while, it's rocket science to me. Evidently it come out of a 92 or a 94 and 95, but I don't know what that came out of. But anyway, let me see if I can figure out these numbers corresponding with the plug. Yeah, I figured these here that are the yellow, orange, and pink are probably the ones that require voltage. I'm going to guess. And the black one here is probably, more than likely, the ground, because we got a brown and white, and we have another black one. Now, you guys, you tell me, is blue, the blue equalizers are power amps? These all should be, these should all be speakers. There's 4 wires, they all should be speakers. Them two, I'm not sure. We have another plug down here that I'm not sure what it is. Electronics and electric is not my strong point. I can wire a house, but something like this with more than 3 wires is confusing. Okay, now we'll figure out how to get that out. Slide that back in. We are going to go with the solid block. And what did you say the orange is the backlighting, yellow is constant, red is for display. Well, I don't have red, I have pink unless it's faded. You said the pink with power antenna. Now, like I say, there is no red wire at all. Our options are pink, yellows, orange, to get power to it, then I'll worry about doing the speaker. Red lead went to. I'm going to take a stab in the dark. And I'm going to say that's not it. Well, this thing could be fried. We're not getting nothing out of it. Okay. All right, guys, I do not know. I do not know. I do not know. I really don't think a brown and a white would be a ground. I just don't think so. Too much crap here. About ready to say screw it here in a minute. Move on to something else. I'll do a little internet searching, so. Well, got a lot of people in here, a lot of thumbs up, and I appreciate it, guys. equalizer has. Let's move on and see if the equalizer lights up. I'm going to take that to the house, do some looking on it tonight. Hey, check this out, guys. This actually has a diagram on it. Woo. I might be able to figure that one out. I gotta get you back over here and get you on the charger. Otherwise, you're gonna be dead. All right, now I got you all messed up. My cord is only so long on that. Get too far away, I won't be able to read the chat. No happy medium, but anyway, we're gonna try that. And they used a bread tie on this one. Nothing wrong with that. I've used a bread tie once or twice on stuff I probably shouldn't have. This was probably done before they had zip ties. I don't know when they actually invented zip ties. Do you guys? Google that. Let me know. Existing car radio. Red. I don't know why this stuff says 14 volt, but anyway. Rear speaker, left speaker, right speaker, front speaker. Pretty simple. Simple, straightforward. Oh, this wire is also pink. There is no red, so I got them all twisted together. Left input. Some of them are actually still labeled. That's a good thing. Okay, it looks like it's going to go to a switch. See if this wire is even any good. And the fuse. There we go. Why this thing is not? This thing's supposed to be automatic, but you know it's a high dollar one, so should read ohms. Automatically switches from power to ohms. So. It works. I haven't used a fuse connector like this in many years. Trace this all back. Okay, and it goes back to the fuse box, but I think it goes to the switch too. Let's see what it looks like underneath it. No, just goes to the fuse box. You know, they were actually pretty smart. They put so it didn't arc, they actually put a piece of plexiglass between that and the material. Somebody knew what they were doing, I think. All right. Bump power leads again. 1 minute they're here and the next minute they're gone. We're going to go back to this switch because that's what powers the fuse box. None of these switches are labeled. And that one there don't even, that ain't even a switch anymore. Oh well. Yeah, no wonder that wasn't working. That just broke. I guess we won't be using that. Actually, I have a buzz bar back here for stuff. Right way, dummy. Guess it would just read negative. I've got a good connection to it. I can't see you guys. Hello, Patrick. Lotus. Out and about. Renegade. Renegade, I could use your help right now. Hey, I appreciate all you guys coming in here. Bonjour to you. It's obvious I haven't worked on this crap in a while. So, but like I say, I don't know. I've got direct power to this here, and I'm going to say it's probably why they didn't have this equalizer hooked up, because I got power going into it and the button's on, and we have a no go. So far we have the equalizer is cracked. The CB, it comes on. PA works. I have to get an antenna, and we may try some of these switches out and see if they actually function. Like I say, I didn't get hurt on it. I didn't pay that much for it, so maybe you just turn this thing around if I can. Probably be in your way, but if I was smart, which I have never claimed to be, I would probably just dismantle everything and start all the wiring from scratch, because I mean they just snip stuff off right and left. They got a nice connection box in here. Say they've done a really good job. But they had it for one wire power in, and they have a master switch for the whole console down here underneath it. So somebody knew what they were doing. But again, I'm opting for starting from scratch, because I ain't liking what's happening so far. Or that's my plan. They've got some funky connections. I know, David, you'd have this done in no time. A lot of you guys probably would. This is probably the worst connection they have on the whole daggum thing. Right here. I just think it'll be easier starting from scratch. So. Looked like they used plastic coated wire. I think this is residential wire that goes in conduit. I guess wire is wire for the most part. If it'll hold household current, it'll surely hold 12 volts. They have quite a junction in here. That's not corroded. Fine. What a mess. Should have just snipped it all and been done with it. Ouch. Little copper splinter. All right. here goes. Probably should have done this to begin with. Extra wire. So I have no idea where half this stuff goes to. So what a deal, what a deal. Some bargains we get ourselves into. I want to see if these old antique lights work. They're incandescent bulbs, so they've probably been banged around really well. So. And kind of looks like they wired it like a some switch on it. Where is there? There is a switch on it. Incandescents ought to go either way. That one I'm going to say is doesn't work. Whoa. I don't know why he messed with this one. It's been tore up, so. It'll probably be the one that works because it's tore up, so. Yeah, I'm gonna say neither one of these lights work, so no big loss on them. Guys, I'll be quite honest with you, I'm tired of messing with it for now. Between messing with the film editing program and losing everything I've worked on for the last 3 days and having to reinstall it, my electronic patience is pretty bad right now. So go back to something I enjoy doing. All right. So Renegade, I was trying to get this antique console to see what I could salvage. I threw it out there to see what y'all thought about leaving it retro, going modern with it, doing a retro mod somebody threw out there, which I like that idea. I would like to have Bluetooth in a radio. The van's already got a factory radio in it that works well, and they do make a retro mod for the in-dash, but I'd kind of like to get a retro mod to put in here. Some of this I will probably rebuild. This here, part of the wood right there is broken, so I may just, depending on the components that I get, instead of patching it all up, I will probably end up redoing this part. I don't know. I don't know how they made the curves. Well, maybe not. I think some kind of a composite, so it might have been actually a factory bought console. I don't know. Like I said, I got it from a junkyard, so. I'll ask you guys, see what you think. I'll show you the front of this radio and the sides of it. You tell me if this is a GM or a Ford. Or an aftermarket. It says Delco. And I'll probably do a search on this tag here where you guys can see it. And you can see it come from a junkyard. They have typical junkyard writing on it, so. Oh, never mind. Again, shouldn't be hard to find. Just got to turn it over to where you can see it. It's on the bottom, imagine that. Manufactured under Dolby Laboratories, double D symbol. Well, that should be easy to find. It's got the model number and a serial number on it. But again, I'm not going to hold my breath on it. But I should be able to get a wiring diagram. Well, that's kind of what I thought, JB. Delco is usually a General Motors product. Well, Fords were what? Fordco or something like that, I think. But hello, Jinx Clover. How are you? Well, at least they didn't try to put a Ford radio in a General Motors vehicle. So I would like to upgrade the switch panel. I just have a hard time with that switch panel is like antique. Probably be worth money to the right person, but I don't like it. I don't like it whatsoever. But I've got this rear seat I'm putting in it. It's a power seat that reclines to a bed. I want to wire it up into the console. Obviously, I have plenty to choose from. I'm going to put dome lights in the front and the back of it, and that'll be a switch dedicated for that. But for the most part, I'm going to try to find some older stuff that works. I haven't found any. I guess they probably make this, that place I looked at probably make this radio to where it's a retro mod where it actually have Bluetooth available. But again, I'm a tightwad. So the in-dash one was right at $300. And the only difference between that and this was the Bluetooth, so I can't see justifying $300 for a radio just to attach my phone to it. All right, good luck with the engine, JB. Thanks for stopping in, buddy. Appreciate it. Wish you Godspeed with the motor. I did mail the stickers, Joe. But we know how logistics is right now. I'm still waiting on parts to get in here for the Mustang. So I believe I got enough footage to get one video out, and then we'll start on the other. So, but yep, everybody except for Jeffrey Riggs have been sent out, Anybody else out there that wants stickers, you got to email me. Okay, I'll see you in a bit. Renegades, yours should be there in the next few days. Elvis played a lot of different things, Lotus. Oh, you're welcome. No big deal. I don't mind. And I did a little research on some of these guys that come and to the normal live streams, like Richard and Carlo. And evidently they have a forever stamp for international shipping. So if Carlo, if you're out there hanging out, or Richard B., shoot me an email with a good address so I can get them to New Zealand and wherever else they need to go to. I had a guitar one time. Never did ever learn how to play it. But I'm left-handed and the guitar was right-handed, so. Just not very musically inclined. Wow, I can't believe I've been on here for an hour and 23 minutes of fiddle-farting with this thing. We'll get her done. What do you guys think about doing maybe the front of this thing, or at least a portion of it, like right in here with aluminum diamond tread? And then some gray vinyl. I was thinking about doing a gray vinyl with a red vinyl stripe in the middle, you know, about yay wide, to kind of match the red stripe on the van. Just kicking around some ideas. If you guys got any, let me know. But yeah, I was thinking red vinyl, maybe some gray vinyl, and then putting a couple aluminum diamond tread plates kind of around these there, the radio and the CB. I don't even think I'm gonna do the equalizer. I'm not into the extreme sound anyway, so I just like to have I'd like to have the CB for the PA system. That way I can download the A-Team theme, and when I go to these parades or wherever, I can play the A-Team theme going down it. Corny, but oh well, you know. Something to get attention. You know, us attention seekers on YouTube, so. It's not going nowhere, Joe. It'll be here for a while. It's one day 70 degrees, the next day 50, just kind of catching up with my sinuses. Because I plan on keeping it at least for another year, getting my upgrades in it, and kind of go from there. So you got to work on buying that pickup truck first, don't you? Decisions. Oh, whatever floats your boat, Joe. Tenderloin. That would be my second guess. So. You want to get a drag car project. Okay, yeah. I don't blame you. I like going to, have you noticed a lot of my shorts? I don't do a lot of Camaros and Chevelles. I mean, I do have some, but I like some of the unique stuff, the oddball, one of a kind type things. I would like to do that. I did see a chassis. I don't know if it's something you'd be interested in. I'd have to dig for it again. Somebody had a Vega wagon, already rolling chassis, set up for the strip with a roll bar already in it. I think they wanted $3,000 for it. I don't know if that's something you'd be interested in. I always caught it kind of like the Vega and the Pinto wagons. Oh, you're one of those guys. I got you, David. One of those guys. Well, what was it I looked at the other day? It wasn't a cool car, but it was a solid car. It was 65 Dodge, but it was a 4-door. And I think it had a 360 in it. I may be wrong. I'm doing good, Classic Gar Guy. How are you doing? I'm on a work stoppage right now. Union Stewart come in and said, that's it. I didn't have my electrician's license. He should shut her down. I'm good with that. Was that a C20 or C30? I thought it was at the C30. I may be wrong, but I can't help you out there. I am looking for a front bumper for a Ford Bronco or a truck. If you guys are close enough or know where there's one that I could get fairly reasonable, I know the shipping would probably kill me on it, so I'd like to find something local I can just go get. Vehicle's a 94, so I'm not sure what years it fit. If I can't find exactly what I need, I will probably go and find me some big oil field pipe or something and make me a killer one. But it'd be nice if I could find a normal one. I have seen some that some people's got some takeoffs on some of the like ranch bumpers. I'd probably go with one of those too if I could find one. But you need a disc brake conversion kit and a transmission because the transmission leaks fluid. I want to get the drum brakes on the front Classic. All right. Joe, why don't you just buy a more modern frame and put the body on it? Just a thought. I don't know if it'd be any easier. Find you a late model truck that's been totaled out and just that way you'd already have your disc brakes and everything modern on it. You still go back with your same old motor. Just put the old body on the new chassis. That's what Whiskey Dents is doing to that old truck he's doing. Like I say, I don't know, it's easier to change the components or change the body. I've changed components before, but I've never done a body swap. Yeah, that's probably what I do with the transmission until you find out what you got, Joe. Um, I just roll with the transmission. Um, if it's gonna have to be rebuilt, you know, I'd unless it's a gasket, um, you know, I don't know where it's leaking at, front seal, rear seal, pan. With the exception of pulling it, they're pretty easy to replace. All three of them, front, rear, and so as long as it's not wore out and egged out. So, all right, David, we're not going nowhere for a little while. So. So I'm kind of disappointed that couldn't figure out that radio, but I will. I'll figure it out that it either works or it doesn't work. So. Hoses. Well, hoses ain't a bad fix. You can buy some of that bendable tubing now on Amazon and stuff. I know I bought a bunch of new brake line that's fairly flexible, and I'm sure they have it in a bigger diameter for fuel lines and transmission lines. And just pull your old holes off and take that new line and bend it like your old hose, and flare the ends and call it good. I mean, I don't know if you got a flare tool or not, but they're pretty cheap. I mean, I've got an old style one that's you can use for residential plumbing. I've used it when I replace all the brake line on the van. That's what I use. So, and I put all new brake line on it. Well, you look on Amazon. You can probably get you a flare tool for. I'm going to say let me go get mine. Probably under $20. And before you say anything, Joe, this is that tubing that I bought. No, it's not copper, but it bends really easy. And I know this is not the right diameter, but they make it in bigger diameter. So it'd be easy to change your transmission line. You can see how easy this is to bend. I mean, I'm not putting that much pressure to it. But looking up on bulk, well, I can't remember, this was probably 50 foot. Probably this is not. I've already used a bunch off of it. But and this is an old flare kit. And like I say, it can be used for residential. Comes with a cutter. Clamp for two different sizes or multiple sizes. You get big stuff You got your stuff for your big stuff. You got your smaller lines. So, and basically, I don't know if some of you guys know exactly what I'm doing. 'Just take your hose or your thing and match up your. This looks like it is 5/16, which is probably what I would have guessed. .3/16, sorry. Duh, my bad. Just stick your line. I gotta move this a little bit. Stick your line in there where it's just above. I gotta get this to where you can see it. To where it sticks out just above flush. Clamp it down good and tight. And you just simply take the actual flaring tool trying to do this where I can see and you can see too. And this is tapered. So when you screw it down, it spreads. And it will flare. Where it will flare it out. But I didn't have a fitting on hand. You want to put the slide to fitting on before you flare it out, or you'll be cutting it off and doing it again. Been there, done that more than once. So, but anyway, that's what you end up with. I don't know if you've ever done it or ever seen it done. It's probably, you could care less about it because I just did it, but simple, only takes a few minutes. And I'm going to say this kit, they probably wouldn't offer it in a metal box anymore, but this kit probably, I'm going to say, you catch it on sale, you could probably get it for $12. Just guessing. Go back and cut it off. Well, David Freiberg probably done it a whole lot better than I did. Hello, Tim. How are you? You just missed my expert demonstration on how to flare a brake line. Joe said he needed new lines for his transmission, and I told him I didn't have I've got an old school flare tool. I imagine I got it at an auction, be more than likely. But you know what? I've used the crap out of this thing. I've flared residential lines. I've flared brake lines, a glower. sure they don't even make this thing anymore, to be honest with you. Let's see what it says. The Imperial actually, there's a little piece tore off of it. Made in Chicago, Illinois. Let's see if I can find a year on the patent. I do not see a year on the patent. But it's old, I know that. Back when they made stuff to last. Unlike they do now. Yeah. Obviously I can't figure out how to get back in the box with it closed, so. So did it ever quit snowing up there, Tim? You have been getting freaking pelted. You're going to have to do a snowplow live stream. I think everybody would enjoy it. I think it'd go over well. You know, hell, people watch people mowing yards. Why not make a video or live stream doing the snow plowing? You do enough of it. That way you can double dip. Hello, Homestead. Yeah, I mean, it's not rocket science. If it was, I couldn't do it. But, yeah, you got to do. The Best Life Homestead, okay. I was trying to decipher your name there, Best Life. So are you a homesteader? Kind of was into that for a little bit. There is absolutely nothing wrong with being being prepared, and it was a phenomenal demonstration. Okay, whatever, David. You wasn't even here watching it. You laughed. But anyway. Yeah, I know the flare toolkits are not too expensive. I've never double flared anything, but you're right. You're absolutely correct. I may look into one of those. Because obviously I've got a pile of cars out there that's probably going to have brakes done. I guarantee the Pinto will. And the Bronco probably will too. I mean, the Pinto's an antique. And I've been looking parts on it, and a lot of the parts are unobtainable for the Pinto. So we shall see. Yeah, I'd watch snow removal, but it doesn't matter, Tim. I watch your videos anyway, so I'm going to watch whatever you put out there. So. In the thaw today and tomorrow. Well, it's just the first part of January. I'm sure you're going to get more. So. Yeah, I would love to have a garden, but where we're located, we don't have much topsoil. Red clay and rock. Pretty much. The more it rains, the more the rock grows, or seems to grow. But yeah, I miss having a garden. So maybe in a couple years, and I'm hoping to get a place south where I can have a garden a little more often. Yeah, I enjoy your videos, Lotus. I just wonder, a lot of your cars are naked. How come they ain't got a body on them? We haven't got much snow here either yet, Joe. We've got a dusting. I know Dennis threatened to mail me a box of snow. The next day after he said that, guess what happens? It snows here. So that's his fault. Thinking ahead, Tim. You got to. You're gonna have to get your loader out there so you can relocate the piles altogether. Okay, I understand that. And the bodies are probably the first thing to break on them anyway. But that one car you had running around in the backyard, pretty crazy. Where it was throwing up the rooster tails and stuff. I still say you need to have paint one up like an Evel Knievel vehicle. I know that may not be in your genre, but an Evel Knievel color scheme, and get you some old toy school buses and jump them. That would be a classic video for any of us old farts that grew up in the era that he was in. So. That's the one you're going to film tomorrow? Okay. If you got a drone, you ought to do one on a drone. I'd like to see that. I like the aerial drone videos. That's kind of cool. You have a Lightning McQueen body. Oh, that'd be cool. No drone. Okay. I'd like to get one. Problem is, I'd probably be flying it, and then it would get out of sight, and I'd lose the stinking thing. I'm guessing they have it where they'll rehome on their own with GPS tracking. I don't know. I don't know nothing about it, Lotus. So, Lightning McSavage, huh? Okay. Tim, do you have events going on there at the camp all winter? Or is it just mainly summertime? Oh, that'd be cool. I'd enjoy that. I did, when we talked about that the other day, I did look them up. And they weren't too bad. I actually saved it on my wish list. But I have too much in my cart to actually get it moved into the wish list. So, but I went with kind of what you said because I know some of the cheapies that you said were a real pain to fly, and are cheap basically. You get what you pay for, I guess, and. All year. Next one is the last weekend in January. Okay. Yeah, I would definitely need the stabilizers because of hand and eye coordination. As you get older, you kind of lose that dexterity. But anyway, I think it'd be fun. Take a few videos here and there of different things because we have all kinds of things around here conservation wise to do, and it'd be kind of cool to fly over some of that stuff and stuff that you can't really access on foot. We actually have a few caves in the area too, which would be kind of cool that if I could get it to go inside of a cave with infrared or night vision or something, that'd be kind of cool. The DJI will hover or follow you and will return home. That's definitely what I would need. Do they include that on on their lower end models, or just the more expensive stuff? Tim, there's really absolutely nothing going on in our area right now. Even though we are in a tourist area, once Christmas is over, everything around here pretty much shuts down until, I'm gonna say, mid-March for the most part. Most of the businesses that stay open till 9 start shutting down at 5 o'clock, even the restaurants. And very few things stay open, and a lot of people are laid off during the what they would consider the winter time. Oh, why are they getting banned in the U.S.? I understand. I might want to do that. I wonder if they're going to ban the repair parts for them too. That would kind of stink if you bought one and you had to buy some parts. Oh, because it's a Chinese company. Gotcha. I'm thinking, doesn't DJI also make cameras? Third weekend in January. Okay. Only no new drones parts still available. So do. Okay. Yeah, that'd be a big kick in the head to buy a new drone. Then all of a sudden, you break something or something goes bad on it. Then you couldn't get it fixed. Yes. Okay. I thought so, David. I thought when I was looking at cameras, I think I was actually looking at a 360 camera. I think it'd be pretty cool. Okay. I don't keep up on all that stuff, so. Well, some people are abusing the drone thing, flying over people's houses, and I'm talking like really in their, what I would call their personal space, and that should not be allowed. But it's a matter of opinion, I guess, and that's mine. So, for what it's worth, I know it's not worth nothing, but I bought some wireless mics, David, and I really didn't care for them. I used them with my phone, but I talk loud enough to where I don't think I need them. I may talk too loud to you guys. I don't know. But anyway, I just never have really used them. Never had the need to use them. And that's one less thing that I need to get. So, no, I just thought a 360 camera might be cool. I know the Christmas light video that I put out wasn't that grand, and you couldn't see it, all the lights. You couldn't get a good concept of the millions of lights that there was. And I think if I could have set a 360 camera on top of the car, I think you guys would have, it would have been a much more enjoyable video. So, but there's always next year. So, well, you definitely got a point there, Lotus, and it's what I was telling my wife the other day. They were talking about the deal with Venezuela, and I'm not going into detail, but I'm thinking, what a job to have, to work for the military and have top of the line high-tech equipment to basically run a drone as you're sitting in a desk to do all that crazy stuff. I'm thinking, what a fabulous job for lack of a better term, a nerd. Hell, I would love that job. I think it'd be fun. But anyway, but you're probably right when it comes to that. So, Hollywood Landmark 1 wireless mics. Okay. Well, with what the cameras that I use, which it was here, probably fell off, busted. Yep, it fell off. With my Android phone and my little GoPro, you got to get up close and personal pretty much on most of your videos, so there's really no need for a mic. So, welcome back, Joe. Guys, I know this wasn't the most exciting video or live stream, and some of y'all didn't get to see my wiring expertise. CCR, how are you guys? I'm glad you showed up. I appreciate it. I've unfortunately been missing some of your live streams, but I got to get back after them. You guys put out good content, and I like it. But it's kind of funny. I have to laugh because I guess we kind of have this little group that if I go to your live stream, CCR, or David, to yours, you guys are doing a live stream. The same group of people are in there, and it's really cool. Classic car guys in there. Indecisive Garage is in there, and I know Dennis from Twisted Mopar, he'll do a live stream. A lot of the same people will be in there. It's kind of cool that we all support each other, and I appreciate you guys doing it, and I'm sure you all appreciate everybody else doing it too. So, but there's Ryan in the house. You probably been creeping, ain't you, buddy? Huh. Bick's even here. Hey, Ryan, we're gonna try that speakerphone thing one of these days. I think that'll work. That way you could concentrate on it. Now, I may not be as what do you want to call it? Jovial as you are. I don't know what the proper term is, but I think it'll work. It was a good idea. Yeah. Yes, David, I agree. Been here for a bit, just been doing stuff. Well, I appreciate you hanging out, and whether you're in here chatting or not. And Bick, you're one of the guys that come in here all the time. And CCR, I haven't labeled you guys, I haven't got to you guys. If you guys want some of my stickers, a couple stickers, I will be more than happy to send you some, mail you some out. But if you guys want to go to my about page, my email is in there. Just shoot me an email with your name and address, and I'll send you some stickers. Now, Renegade's got some coming. Ryan's got them coming. Busted Radio's got them. Lotus, you never sent me an email, so I haven't got them to you. And Vic, I can't remember. I know you're, believe, from New Zealand or Australia. Don't get upset if I got it wrong. If you want some, I checked into shipping for the stickers, and it wasn't near as bad as I thought it'd be. So if you'd like some, send me your info with your international address, and I'll send you some out. Hopefully you guys will be getting them within the week. So, hello, Zach. How are you doing, buddy? Yeah, Ryan, yours was a bit more expensive. Just laughing. You got them. You got them coming. You live in that no man's land, and they charge a buttload extra for you. They said, oh, it's going, Ryan, this is going to cost you. Australia, okay, yeah. Send me your international address. I know I kind of looked it up how to write them. But if you want some, give me a holler. I'll foot the bill and send you a couple stickers. I'll splurge for my friends, you know. Well, that is just not right. What do they do with all the stickers? Yeah, I wouldn't be much on the spiders either, Ryan. Not a big spider fan. But I don't like hardly anything that crawls on the ground, so just me. On the sticker fridge, okay. I think I put your name directly on that, Chris. I think I might have said attention, Chris. So maybe they'll give them to you. If not, I can always send you more. The size of dinner plates. Okay. Yes. I can do spiders before I can do snakes, and there's only one kind of good snake, and we all know what that one is. And matter of fact, I laid a garden hose, a black garden hose, across the driveway the other day. Well, back when it was warm out. And about 2 hours later, there was a big old black snake snuggled up along the black hose. So I'm thinking he had a mate there. Fatal mistake on his part. From the stories I've heard, my grandfather, he was definitely a different breed. Stories of people, never came from him, but stories say that he would grab a rattlesnake by the tail, crack it like a whip, and it'd pop the head off of it. I don't know. For my grandpa, that does not surprise me. I could see him doing it. He was a guy that lived off the land. Well, they'll probably mutate to the U.S. one of these days, Ryan. And then where are you going to be? You know the first place they're going to ship them is North Carolina. That and Virginia. I won't have to worry about them for a while. Nope. He was quite a dude. He was like I say, he got drafted, believe it or not. You guys are going to think this is a lie. But he was drafted at the age of 44 into World War II. And I guess he went to the MEP Center, and he's an old fart there with all these 18, 20-year-old kids. And the sergeant there at the desk see him and said, "What you doing here? You're aged out." And he showed him the draft notice, and he said that every fourth person they were going Army, and just going down the list: Army, Navy, Marines, blah blah blah, Air Force. So they asked him, well, you got the draft notes, we got to sign you up, so what branch do you want to go in? So his question, being a poor boy all his life, he wanted to know which branch of the service ate the best. And they said definitely the Navy, because they get to eat seafood and this and that. So that's what he did. He became a gunner's mate on a PT boat in the Navy. Spider waiting on your wallet, huh? Okay. Are you talking about tarantulas, Ryan? Or just, I don't know one spider from another. So. They are bigger. Now, they probably sprinkle Miracle Grow on them. Vic, do you have any Joeys running around down there in your area? I know you have them down in Australia. All right, that's a proper terminology. Kangaroos, Joeys, whatever. Hello, Richard. I was just talking about you. All good. I was telling them that I did some checking on seeing how much shipping would be for stickers overseas. I wasn't for sure. I didn't want to spend $20 to ship a couple stickers. But anyway, my email is listed on my YouTube page, and if you'd like a couple stickers from me, send me your international address, a mailing address, and I will mail you some stickers. May take a little bit for them to get there from the U.S., but hell, we can't hardly get stuff from across the country within a week. So, but if you'd like some, I'll be more than happy to send you a couple. So what have you been up to today, Richard? The seat's getting kind of lumpy. But I'm hoping the ones I sent out should be there by the end of the week. I think, Ryan, yours said, because yours had tracking on it, I think it said estimated delivery was Saturday, I believe. So, but if it's like my FedEx package, they told me it was going to be yesterday. Then they told me it was going to be here today. Now they're saying tomorrow, so I figure my next email from them will probably be Monday. But we'll see. If it comes tomorrow, I'll be happy, but I'm not going to hold my breath on it. There you go. Okay, sounds good, Richard. Yeah, as soon as I get it, I'll get it shipped out to you. I may have to go to the post office and get some help with the international stuff, but my understanding when I Googled it, it said they have a forever international stamp. So, it's all good. Kitty Pigeon, how are you? How is your day going? Like I say, Vic, that invitation also goes out to you on the stickers. So, yeah, thank you, Richard. Appreciate it. Great to hear. Great to hear. It was pretty warm earlier, but the temperature's starting to drop, and I think we're going to have some bad weather coming in tomorrow. So, which will be just fine. Two-day delivery. Well, that costs a couple dollars. And it'll probably get there in 4 days. Okay. 2 weeks ago. He still hasn't got it? That's hilarious. I know somebody said something about a letter or a package, and they called to make a claim on it. I don't know if it was FedEx, UPS, U.S. Postal Service. I don't know who it was with, but I was probably 2 weeks late, and the shipping company says it was in the acceptable window. I don't know whose acceptable window that is, but I'm sorry, if you pay for something to overnight or 2 days or whatever, they should not show you. They should give you your additional postage back if it doesn't get there. Showing out for delivery for 3 days now. Yeah, they probably lost it, Tim, to be quite honest. I know they've been busy. Now, to hack on them all. But if I say I'm going to do something, I expect other people to do the same. Especially when they charge you extra. It's one thing if you just pay standard postage and it kind of gets there when it gets there. But if you're paying for a specific time, overnight, 2 days, whatever it is, that ought to be a guaranteed thing. And if it doesn't get there by that day you paid for, the extra should be refunded. But again, I don't run the world yet, but maybe someday. I doubt it, but maybe someday. Well, if the shoe was on the other foot, Kitty Pigeon, you know that if it was a business and they wanted our money and we didn't pay it when they wanted it, they'd be turning you over to collections. Yep, I am too. I am too. I'm old school, and your bond is your word, or your word is your bond, or what. However that saying goes. I know what it means, but whether or not I can say it right. Well, unfortunately, Joe, things have to be shipped anymore because a lot of the stuff that we used to be able to buy locally is just no longer available. I mean, that's guys doing the car stuff, and especially if you're working on the old car stuff. I mean, yeah, you can get it at the local parts store, some of it. Some stuff you can't. But they want 3 times the price, and I don't know about you. I can't afford 3 times the price. Cheaper is not always better. It's a hard lesson to learn. It's taken me many, many years. Yep, VW, you definitely have to order 9% of everything. 3 weeks. Yeah, well, you're probably right. Oh, they probably run the slow boat to Australia right next to the slow boat to China, vice versa. So, but yeah, let me know. And Dennis, your stickers should be there. If you haven't got them now, they should be there. I'm hoping by Saturday, because you're not that far from me. So I enjoyed your tractor walk around. They got some neat stuff there. That was a good video. Done a good job on that. Kudos to you. Nothing like seeing some good old American ingenuity and iron. Well, a lot of things take 2 weeks here in the just being shipped from the U.S. into the U.S. So you managed. If you'd have got stuck, I'd have called 911 for you. I know it was close a couple times, but it was a good one, Tim. And it was, what, 17, 18 minutes? Is that right? Twisted Mopar Garage has the tractor video. It's a good video. It's got a lot of stuff that the ones with the magnet, I've never seen a big, powerful magnet on a tractor before. It's really cool. Some tractors I've never seen in my life. So, they're nothing grand. They're just the stickers I had made up. The one looks like my logo on my channel, the round emblem. The other one's got a little saying on it. I think I have a picture of them on my community page, on my channel. I'm sure he'll appreciate Kitty Pigeon. He does a lot of tractor stuff, so you'll enjoy his content. All right, Vic, thanks for coming in, buddy. But just, Richard, it's just something to give back to my loyal watchers. I mean, it's not like you're going to hit the lottery when you get stickers, but it's what I can do at this stage in time for my subscribers and stuff. And maybe if the channel grows and I get monetized, I'm not holding my breath on that one. Maybe we can give out some better stuff. So, all in due time, guys. Like I say, brain fart. My editing program went down today. And I spent probably 3 hours trying to recover everything. I don't know what the deal was, something to do with some of the video files that I loaded. And then it prompted me to update the program. They're always having updates on it. So I updated it, and evidently whatever the update was and the files that I pushed in, it caused a massive meltdown somewhere. So I finally I went through several different things, and I'm not by far a tech guy. But anyway, long story short, I had to reinstall the whole program. And when I found it, to reinstall it, it confirmed my start date actually for the channel was in March. I think it was actually March 25th of last year. So when I purchased that editing program, that's when I pretty much actually started the channel. I wish I could do it without editing, but you know, you guys got one up on me that I'm not a smooth talker about stuff, as you can tell, but sometimes it takes 2 or 3 takes to get stuff done. But anyway, and there's a lot of stuff that I don't put in them. I get to looking at it and I'm thinking, they ain't gonna want to see that. So I end up taking it back out. I'm probably my worst enemy when it comes to editing. This one I had so-called in the can, I had it probably about 40% done. I had to do some tweaking and about probably about 25% more footage to put in it. And because of that glitch and having to re-download the program, I lost it all. So we start from scratch, and it probably will be easier because I've got the files organized a lot better than I did have. So, but anyway, guys, we have been on here for 2 minutes. 2 minutes, yeah, 2 hours and 23 minutes. I don't know if that's a record, but it's close. But I want to thank you all for coming in, hanging out with me, seeing my mess here with the console. The only bonus thing that I got out of the deal, everything's backwards on this. We do have a functioning CB. It will light up. I'll have to get an antenna to see it will actually transmit. So, Tim, everybody else, Richard, y'all have a good night, and I'll probably catch you next Wednesday on another live. So, see y'all later.